Good morning. Today's devotional comes from Luke 18. It's the parable of the sower, and it's a little bit long, so I'm going to jump right in. While a large crowd was gathering and people were coming to Jesus from town after town, he told this parable. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path. It was trampled on, and the birds ate it up. Some fell on rocky ground, and when it came up, the plants withered because they had no moisture. Other seed fell among the thorns, which grew up with it and choked the plants. Still, other seed fell on good soil. It came up and yielded a crop, 100 times more than what was sown. When he said this, he called out, "Whoever has ears to hear, let them hear." Now, this is one of the few parables where Jesus actually interprets it for us. And he explains that some hear the word, and it doesn't change them for various reasons. But some hear the word of God, and it takes hold of them and produces an abundant harvest. Here's Jesus describing it in verse 11. This is the meaning of the parable. The seed is the word of God. Those along the path are the ones who hear, and then the devil comes and takes away the word from their hearts, so that they may not believe and be saved. Those on the rocky ground are the ones who receive the word with joy when they hear it, but they have no root. They believe for a while, but in time of testing, they fall away. The seed that fell among the thorns stands for those who hear, but as they go on their way, they are choked by life's worries, riches, and pleasures, and they do not mature. But the seed on good soil stands for those with a noble and good heart, who hear the word, retain it, and by persevering, produce a crop. Now, the most obvious reading of this parable is the one implied by the text in Luke, that Jesus is describing different people. And we obviously want to be the good ones who provide fertile soil for the Word of God. But if you're like me, I hear this parable and realize that it describes me at various times in a given day. Depending on the condition of my heart, I could be each one of these four types of people, or each of the four types of soil that God is trying to sow his seed in. God is all around us, and he's trying to break through constantly. Sometimes my heart is like the path. I see glimmers of God, but for various reasons I get distracted, and the Word of God never takes hold. Sometimes I'm the rocky ground. I'm touched by the Spirit, but it never takes root, and in times of testing it falls away. The one I really struggle with is the thorns. I can so easily get distracted by life's worries, its riches, and its pleasures. You know what I mean? Can you relate? The challenge is to do the work of tilling the soil of our hearts. We need to keep our eyes open to what God is trying to do in our lives each day. When we hear the word of God, we need to retain it. The challenge for us today is to persevere, and God will produce the crop. So let's go about our days today, tilling the soil of our hearts. May grace be with you today. May peace be with you today.